All is well. This is Chris with That Square Sports Podcast, and I'm here to talk about the Tennessee Titans draft picks and grades. First things first, I hate you, Titan fans. I hate you. I'm a Texans fan. You robbed me of my childhood. You gonna get this monologue. Take this, fam. With that being said, respectfully, I have to go through all 32 teams. That's why I'm doing this video. I ain't gonna lie though. You guys had a hell of a great free agency and a great draft. I ain't gonna lie, I do kind of agree with this grade of an A, but let me tell you why I agree with the A. So what I do is in my rubric, it's real simple. I look at the draft of what you guys drafted versus what I felt like you guys needed. And what you guys needed obviously clearly was offensive line, D-line for sure, defensive back, and I really believe that you guys needed another wide receiver. An honorable mention here, I hate to say it, I didn't see him leaving, but because it happened, and we can kind of split this one in half, I was going to say tight end and I was going to say running back. So I kind of looked at both of them and I was like, I'll give you either one if you missed on it or you didn't draft it. I wasn't going to hurt you on it. So like I said, the real bigger needs for me, what I thought you needed, offensive line, D-line, defensive back, and of course wide receiver. Let's see how you guys fared. Out the gate at pick number 7, you guys went on ahead and got J.C. Latham. I honestly thought Joe Alt was going to fall to you guys, but I understand and I get it. It's kind of cool actually how this draft worked out for you. I think that Latham does fit in the offensive system. Long arms, big body. Y'all know how it is, man. The boy built like a Crown Victoria square body 96. I'm telling you, ain't nobody escaping him. You feel me? Got the hands of the clamp. He did what he needed to do. I like that pick right there. That obviously is a huge plus. You covered your offensive line. You got Will Levis. Protect them, right? So I understand that. Now, your next pick, Trevon Sweat out of the University of Texas, 38. I loved this pick because obviously, like I said, you need to cover offensive line and D-line now. And I don't think that he's 100% player, rotational player. I think he's more of, maybe like 85 to like 60% on the field. He is a big boy. He's going to have to lose some weight. He is a big ass dude. Excuse my French. But I like what's going to happen down there. I think he's going to fit the system extremely well. Now, I will say this. This was a steal because I didn't see it coming at pick 106. Now, I know that everybody has kind of made their draft videos, but I'm going to keep it a buck with you, especially when I talk about you guys' OTA as well. Cedric Gray probably could have been the best linebacker in this draft if Edgerrin Cooper just didn't have a freak last 4 or 5 weeks of the college football season. And I will say this about Cedric Gray. You guys really got a steal at linebacker. And he's also really good at putting his hand in the dirt. So I think exceptionally well. This is kind of a great fit. He kind of does a little bit of the D-line and, of course, a little bit of the all linebacker core. So that's a split pick right there that I do love that you guys got. And especially in the 3rd round, that's really a great pick because to me, he was a second-round talent. But I understand how the corners started falling off the board and such, and I get that. And what do? You guys get Javarius Brownlee out of the Louisville. And he's more of a second, probably a number 2 corner at best right now. Who knows? Obviously, this guy might be a Hall of Famer, and I could be wrong. And you could be like, timestamp the video where this dude is. Never follow him again. Unsubscribe. Don't do that. Don't do that. Right now, from my ceiling on the outside looking in, the guy could be a solid number 2. We'll dive into it more when I look at the OTAs. But as of right now, that's how I see it. That's how I fare, and there's nothing wrong with that because you guys needed a defensive back, like I said earlier in this video. So I'm okay with that. Then you guys snag a wide receiver, Jaquan Jackson, and I'm not going to lie, a bit undersized, but when I thought about it, Treylon Burks, Hopkins is still there. It's a dude with a long last name. I think it's Westbrook something. He solid, not amazing, but, Jaquan Jackson is kind of one of those receivers, and if you watched him at Tulane, he was lights out. The best game I could tell you to look at for him, if you're really kind of, just trying to be truthfully invested in this one with this conversation, I would say was really against Tulsa. Of course, any game in the UAB, that kind of conference. But USC, and the only reason why I say USC is because a lot of players sat when they played a couple years back. But it is what it is with that. I think that he is a good fit for y'all. He's more of a gadget receiver. I don't expect him to be a home run deep threat, even though he can have the potential to do that. But like I said, he's a bit undersized, about 5'10", 5'9". You know how the college campuses be lying saying he's 6'2", 6'. No, don't. I ain't buying that. But back to the matter at hand. Linebacker out of Miami, James Williams. I do like him as well. And also another linebacker, Jalen Harrell out of Michigan. Two hard-nosed guys. I see what you guys are doing there. Obviously, loaded up on linebacker. I guess it was a need. I didn't really understand these picks, but I feel you on that. I feel like you could never have enough defensive guys because injuries always seem to be a problem with defense. But if you have a core set of guys and you can get a couple of role players around them, I'm not against it. So I see it as more of a depth thing. Nobody on this actual list has an injury history. And like I said, how I do it is pretty much what I felt like you needed versus what you drafted. You drafted offensive line. I thought you needed that. You drafted defensive line. I thought you needed that. You drafted defensive back. I thought you needed that. You also drafted receiver. I thought you needed that. Honorable mentions, like I said, was running back and tight end. You didn't do that, but it's okay because I guess in a way, Spears is a really kind of Swiss Army knife type running back. So it's not too bad. I understand it is Derrick Henry, the freaking Derrick Henry, King Henry. That's a hard replacement. I will say that. But, Spears is something you can start off of. Got some cap space out the deal. You know how it is. Bada bing and, of course, bada boom. Apples to oranges on that one. But I want to know this for a fact. With this being said, looking at this draft, I really gave you guys an A. Plus, on top of it, on the outside, looking at free agency, what you guys did too. I honestly think quietly, you guys. I know I'm a Texans fan, right? And I'm going to be very honest with y'all and transparent. Outside of us, I think you guys are up there in the top 4 or 5 teams that made some really good moves to really truthfully improve your roster. And I wouldn't be surprised, man. I mean, adding Calvin Ridley too as well to your team, that exceptionally well as well too. And I know you guys are gonna be like, well, we drafted a receiver and so on and so forth. We drafted, you need a receiver. I get that. You need to load up on as many receivers as you can. Will Levis is your guy. I mean, look what the Texans, and I know we're division rivals here, but look what we did with just Miko Collins and a Tank Dell for a few games. That was a good run. You guys, I think, are actually in a better position than we were, for the simple fact that you could run the ball. You've got more. I'll say when it comes to equality, the offensive line was probably about the only blemish on the offensive side of the ball for you guys. And outside of tight end, I'll give you guys that, which probably is a key part of your offense, But I'm saying, in short, what you guys have done has really been exceptionally well, and I do like what you guys are doing up there in Tennessee. I just hate the fact that y'all tight. Give us the jersey back. Just give us the Oilers jersey back. If you could do that, I think I'll kind of like y'all, because y'all ain't wearing that thing. You know what I'm saying? Give it to us. It's ours. It's ours. It's Houston's. But that's nor here nor there. You guys let me know what you think in the comments about this draft. I give it an A because you guys did what y'all supposed to do. Y'all took care of business. I ain't gonna lie about that. Y'all get the gentleman's salute. With that being said, peace. Let me know